Good morning, guys. It is almost 9 a.m. in the morning, and today I am starting a awesome challenge. So for anyone who is new here, welcome to the channel. My name is Juliana, and today I'm going to be starting a 100-day challenge. Now, why? Because today is September 22nd, which means there's officially 100 days left of the year. So I decided I'm going to start this 100-day challenge where I'm going to try and transform my life as much as possible within those 100 days. So by the end of the year, before the next year, I'm going to hopefully have a very different looking life. And it may not be super obvious on the outside, but for me, it'll be very different because of the way I think, the way my life is situational, financially, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically, my health, my relationships, everything. I want to work at everything to a degree and then accomplish some goals that I have before the end of the year. And now I'm going to invite you to either start your own 100-day challenge or some sort of challenge. Just start your own transformation journey. So I'm going to be sharing this transformation journey 100-day challenge thing all across my social media, so here on YouTube and my Instagram and TikTok, whatever, you know. So I'm doing that for two reasons. Number one is to help keep me accountable, because there's always this sense of social accountability, and it's easy to give up when you don't tell anyone you're working on something because you're only letting yourself down. But when you tell other people, it's harder to give up because you're like socially accountable, if you know what I mean. And then number two is because there might be a chance that my journey, some things I go through, some things I learn, some things I share might help inspire other people or whatever. There might be a possibility I can help people with this thing I'm going through. So those are the two reasons why I want to share this journey. Alright, so for those who are interested in possibly following along my transformation journey, I'm going to give you an insight of what it might look like in case you want to know what kinds of things I'll be doing in this transformation, in this 100-day challenge thing. So, like I said, it's going to be complete transformation. I'm going to be trying to work on all the aspects of my life to some degree. So the first thing I do is I ask myself, okay, what aspects make up my life that are major, you know? And then you can ask yourself the same question if you want to follow along as well. What makes up your life? So for me, some things that I thought of was, okay, financial, spiritual, health, that could be physical, mental, emotional, relationships, that's like your friends, your families, with your loved ones, your lifestyle, you have your hobbies and skills, and just kind of like self-improvement things. And I'm probably forgetting some stuff, but you just kind of break down your life into aspects, and then you think about how am I going to improve in that specific area of my life. So the way I write down my goals is pretty straightforward and easy. It helps me to be more organized. It works for me, so I'll just share that. I get a piece of paper like this, and then on one side of the paper, on the left side, you start off with your aspects of your life. So like you have financial, you have spiritual, fitness, diet, relationships, health, sleep, whatever it is that you want to put that's more like categorized and like vague, you put it here. And then besides each one of those, you're going to write next is going to be your goals associated to that category of your life. You could have more than one goal, but you're going to prioritize them. So whichever goal is more important goes on top and then goes down from like in order. And then next on your page is going to be your like mini goals or your like action steps of how you're going to accomplish each goal. So if you have two goals here, for each goal you might have 2 or 3 steps. So like let's say you have 2 goals, and then over here it's like 3 steps per goal, so you have like 6 things here. And then you can keep going with more and more details and more steps if you like, and just keep expanding it, kind of like those like family trees but sideways and for goals, if that makes sense. That's kind of what I do. So I'll run through a couple of them with you just so you get an idea of what I mean, because I might be confusing you. So for example, one big aspect of my life that I need to improve on is my financial situation. So a big goal that I have specific to the 100-day challenge timeline thingy is I would like to pay off my credit card debt. Now, I don't know if I'll be able to do all of it, but I would really like to do as much as possible. Now, again, I do want to just mention here, I am a little ambitious. I have a big list of things that I want to work on and improve, and I have a lot of goals. I don't know if I'm the most realistic person when I'm setting goals. I just set goals that are very ambitious and very high because I know it pushes me to at least get higher than if I was to be more realistic with myself and be like, okay, realistically, you can accomplish this. I tend to limit myself because I really don't have the best confidence or the best judgment of what I am actually capable of. So oftentimes when I'm trying to be realistic, I set myself pretty low and then I end up down here. But if I set myself up in a way where it's very ambitious and maybe not very realistic, I end up way higher than I actually would have if I was being more realistic. So just keep that in mind. Anyways, going back to what I was talking about. So how I do my goals. Here's an example. So financial is a big aspect that makes up my life. I'm not in the best financial situation, so I have some goals that I have made for this 100-day challenge to hopefully end up getting me in a better financial situation overall. So one goal I have is to pay off my credit card. Now that's priority number one because it's a big factor that affects my financial situation. And then another goal I have underneath is start saving up money. And so that's kind of if I can accomplish the first goal, then I will move on to the next goal, because sometimes if you don't have your next step planned already, then you just kind of stop at the first goal and you say, okay, I accomplished it, good job. But if you accomplish it, if you finish your work early, it's always good to have something next to work on. So the main goal, the main priority is to pay off my credit card debts. Now, next section is going to be how, the mini goals or the action steps. How am I going to do that? And I also prioritize these as well. Number one, I don't have a job right now, so I need to get a job because obviously I can't pay off my credit cards if I don't have income coming in. Number two is follow a strict budget. Number three is to have side hustles, just more money to come in. And then you can go further and just find out well, how much exactly do I have to make? How much do I have to pay per month? And you can go into details, and that's with every aspect. And then you just go through every aspect of things that you're trying to improve on. You have your goals, and then you have your action steps, and you just go through the line of kind of broad and vague, and then it goes more and more specific and specific. I hope that makes any sense. Anyways, so basically that's what this whole transformation thing is going to be looking like. I'm just going to be working on different aspects of my life, and I'll be sharing that with you guys. So if any of those aspects that I already talked about are something of interest to you, yeah, definitely go ahead, subscribe, follow along this journey because it's going to be a big one. Oh, and before I go, I think this is really important, is if you're ever considering, subscribing and following along this journey of mine, I have to first ask you a question, because if you're looking to follow someone who's going to be making these perfect, aesthetically pleasing, never makes any mistakes, is always 100% consistent kind of person, and who's super motivating and inspiring, yeah, probably don't follow me, because I know for a fact that no matter how hard I try, I will 100% mess up. I will probably miss some days here and there. I can't promise or guarantee that this is going to be amazing transformational story that you're going to see crazy results, because honestly, I don't know. I'm an artistic mess and I am flawed. So if you're looking for something perfect, do not follow me, because I am not perfect. But I know that I will try my best, and regardless of how this all ends in 100 days from now, I know that it's going to be awesome. I know I'm going to change a lot, and it's gonna be a really good experience. So yeah. It's easy to hide tears and heartache behind every smiling photo, to delete or crop out any of your bad moments, but that's just on social media. We all know that's not the full picture. Life can be really cruel sometimes, but yet still beautiful. I'm on a mission to completely transform my life, to find inner peace, learn to love myself, gain confidence, choose to be happy, and ultimately to fall in love with the life I'm creating. I challenge you to do the same. Feel free to follow along my journey.